Forget about your heart rate. Be obsessed on your gown state. I'm telling you, this is what should be on the shelves of a store in the health section. Right alongside that heart rate monitor should be gown state monitors. Absolutely, they should be kits. Kits with a chart, a daily chart to keep track of, and a band that would act as a reminder, gown state monitor. And, a little pencil or pen, and then you do so. And also as well, there should be apps developed, gown state monitor, where you have a checklist you go through, and you regularly and with the same kind of concern you be paying attention to a heart rate monitor, you do so to your gown state monitoring. This is how serious this is. This is worth having. This is worth buying if you're going to buy such a monitor. This is the one you should get. Forget about the rest. Their merit is limited. Because if you fail to keep track of this one, soon enough you'll learn the folly of that failure. And you'll smack yourself on the head if you can do so, while you're languishing in the lake of fire. But you may be too tumultuous, because there's no rest day or night. You may not have that ability to gather yourself in such a fashion. You have to reprogram your mind that the world has worked to dull. The world wants to dull your thinking on this. It wants you to disregard it. You have to reprogram your thinking to put it in that category. This is essential. This matters. This will add up to something. This is the one monitoring that will not be vain. It will not be vain, and it will not be temporary. It's the one that's going to pay off if you are diligent. If you're diligent about this monitoring, it's the one obsession, the one fastidiousness to its state that will pay off for you. Huge, tremendous, gargantuan, and you will be ever, ever, ever grateful that you put this as a top priority. Please, those heart rate monitors, those wristwatches, instead, put around your wrists a band with the words gown state. A checklist. And make yourself checklists for that day. And spend, that time looking at it, looking it over, considering it, considering the deeds, considering if there's anything on it that could be blemishing it, doing so in fear and trembling. And in that time, assuring that it is in good health by lifting to Jesus to dip your gown in his precious blood and purify it, to purify it. And let me tell you something, that wristwatch that people wear, they don't look at it just one time a day now. How many times they're looking at it? Because if there's only one time a day, why wear one? Point to wearing it like a watch, they're looking at it this time, that time, the other time, monitoring that it is okay. That kind of monitoring is what you need to be doing with your gown. Because unknown to you, you could have had some kind of situation that made that state flutter. That state of health of your gown stutter. It could stutter. You could have been surrounded by ungodly talk as you walked through a street, as you passed by the television. There could have been filth that entered into you, and unknown to you spotted your gown to normalize that condition of your gown. You lived it to the Lord to please sprinkle you with His precious blood and purify it. Purify your gowns so it's pristine. It is perfect. And the same amount of monitoring and looking that you would at such a wristwatch for your heart rate, that though you may look at it and though it may give you some benefit for some time of brevity, it will not last. We all know heart rate monitoring does not lead to life beyond the flesh. It's a temporary obsession, a temporary thing. For you do that for your gown state. That same frequency, that's a monitoring that is fruitful. That is a monitoring that has value. You are wise in the knowledge of the Lord. If you practice such a self-examination, if you're in the faith, those who fail to do will prove themselves the foolish virgins, unprepared, disregarding the need. But you will reap that benefit of the wise virgin who kept her lamp full if you faithfully attended to that detail. That's a detail. That's a detail. That's a detail in this world. Of all the things that a man can do, all the things that a woman can do, a child can do, this is the one thing that a human being can do that has merit. Eternal merit.